Welcome to NLN. Put your hands together for our praise team. Very nice, very nice. I don't know if this for some reason, if those of you who are here, I just want to leave this up here. Yeah, I gotta tell you a funny story. Really cool, really cool. Right there. So, like after last week, talking about ham and everything else, and I was looking for a pig. I couldn't find a pig. I found ham. Not really found ham, but I found Sam. And then after the whole thing was over, around like 4ish, I went to get a little espresso drink. You know, you guys ever have those espresso drink? You put a little heart on it, kind of pretty, or a little flower. Guess what? Picture of a pig. I mean, oh my gosh, I've never seen a pig like that. That's just God's confirmation that no, everything's cool. We're on the right path. Don't say cool. Cool, yeah. You know what happened? I was at the gym, and this guy, you know, I don't know why, you know, just always talking at the gym. He's in his maybe 60s. Big short guy, big short guy. And the funny thing was, after we started talking, he asked me, you know, what do I do? And I don't really tell the whole answer right away. I really don't tell people exactly what I do, but once I tell them what I do, they're kind of like, oh, hi, nice meeting you. And then that relationship builds up. So I thought, I'm writing a little, which I do. I mean, I'm writing. I'm always like writing, getting my message. He said, really, you write? You write for a living? I said, kind of, and I speak a little. He said, really, you speak too? And I said, what is it that you actually do? I said, I teach a little. No, when I do that, I read a little, I write a little, I teach a little. And he goes like that, his name's Ira. And I go, oh, I'm a teacher too. I teach. He goes like, no, what kind of age group do you teach? I said, adults. He goes, I teach elementary school students, 11 years old. He's been in the education system. He taught in Brooklyn, he taught in Staten Island for about 36 years. That's right, 36 years. And for him to teach for those 36 years, I mean, you guys gone through this. You have to be in the educational system since you're like 5 years old, 6 years old. That's about 20 years of education, right? For yourself first, preparation, and then another 36 years for the teaching. And he goes like this, and I can see it right in his eye. He goes down the front. He goes, and it's so difficult. I've been teaching for 36 years. I don't know what happened. I don't see any results. And I know exactly what he's talking about. What he's really saying is that I gave 36 years of my life to this. And I don't even know the students. I don't know what has happened to them. None of them have come back to me. I don't know their lives. I don't know if they made it out okay. He taught in a very tough district. You know, kids were just going off left and right. He had issues with parents and everything else. And he just felt damn. He was like, I gave 36 years of my life and I don't even know what happened. With the exception of one girl. See, he teaches 11 years old. This girl came back to him when she was 15. And he goes like this, that was one of my smartest ones. She was one of my best, brightest students. She's 15 years old, she comes back to school to visit him. And she's pushing a stroller, her baby. 15-year-old, her baby. And he goes like this, she's my brightest student. So there was so much like, I gave 36 years of my life, and I don't know if that makes any difference. I got a question for each and every one right now, okay? You guys put in 20 years of college, school from primary to college, and some of you are going to college, some of you are in high school. We're going to give you the next 35 years after that. After you graduate, you're going to get 35 years of your life to do something. I'm going to ask you right now, is it worth it? True? At the end of your 50-some odd years, you're going to look at your life's work, career, and everything else, and you say, oh my gosh, I gave 30-some odd years of my life to this. I went to school for training, another 20 years of this. I'm sitting here, and I'm going to look like, what did I give my life to? You're going to come to that realization one day. And you're going to ask yourself a serious question. Are the decisions I could have made and changed my life back then, now, right now, sitting exactly where you are right now? And then I heard that message from Pastor Ken go, he woke me up today, awake, he woke me up today and said, I gotta do something a little different today. What am I giving my life to? Are you guys understand today? Now watch this. Some of you have already given 30 years of life to this church. So you were born here. Your mother carried you. Is that true? True? Yes or no? Yes. Emily's only 22, so she's Some of you have given 30 years of your life right here, from since you were a baby to sitting here right now. Some of you have given your life to this church for the past 15 years. True? Yes or no? More. I've given 10 years of my life right here. And I want to tell you guys something right now. Okay? You have to ask yourself a very serious question. What are you giving life to right here? You look at it. What are you giving your life to right here? You're giving the time. You're giving your money. You're giving your energy. You're giving your passion. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you, when you're 50-something, when you're 60-something, you're going to sit back and say, it's cool after a while, and then I was just going through the whole thing, and then what happened? So what are you giving your life to? Are you guys getting me today? Yeah. I think it's a very, very good question. What do you give your life to? I've given 10 years of my life to this church. I love it. I love every minute of it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to give the next 10 years of my life to this church anymore. Oh, yeah. I can't. The reason I say that is because it's simple. I won't give 10 years of my next 10 years. It's precious to me. It's very, very precious to me at my age. You know what I'm talking about right now, I think. Close, close. But while you're sitting here right now, you never know how many time, how many years you have left in this world. Can anyone tell me right now if you have X number of years? Can anyone just sit here and tell me? You could live for the next 5 years. No doubt. Guaranteed. Next 5 years. You'll be here on the face of the earth. How dare you? How dare you? How could you say that? Are you guys insurance sellers? I have no idea. No one knows. No one knows. Are you guys kidding me? No one knows. The reason I'm not going to give the next 10 years of my life here is because it's not the same. I will give the next 20 years of my life here. There's something totally different. That's totally worth it. It's not true. So I found something that's totally worth it. That I put my life to. And that's what I'll share with you. I think it's one of the most amazing, awesome message out of my 10 years here. It's going to shape the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years of this church. Today, if you embrace this church is going to change in such an awesome way. Cool? Everyone say cool. Cool. Go to the back. Let's go. Nice and loud. Please read. Today's message title. Read with me. What are you giving your life to? Take your pen. Please read Ephesians 1:22-23. Nice and loud. Please read with me. And God placed all things under his feet and appointed him to be head over everything for the church. Take your pen. And God placed all things. You want all things. Everyone say all things.
All things.
Under Christ's feet and appointed him to be head over everything. Underline head over everything. For what?
Church.
Circle. I love it. I love Jay. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Circle the church. Now here's just read the purpose with me, okay? Purpose. Everyone read after that. Why does NLN exist? Let me have attention, please. You have to start right there. Why does Feel Like Now exist? Does anyone of you guys know? Is that a good question to start? Why does it exist? Well, it's obvious. It's basketball and volleyball. Is that not obvious? It's so obvious. It starts right here. You get this part, everything follows. Why are you here? What's the purpose? What is the purpose? Why does Feel Like Now exist? If I'm not here, why does Feel Like Now exist? If you're not here, why does Feel Like Now exist? You come here, why does Feel Like Now exist? You've been here for the last 30 years, why does Feel Like Now exist? So again, today I'm starting casting a vision. Why? How do you guys do it? Why? You guys do this every Sunday. Why do you guys do this? I got some good news first. You know that program you have right now? Trust me. Trust me. I'm not going to finish it today. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'll stop when I think I'm going to stop. So don't look at it like, oh my gosh, he's doing point one. It's like we're 30 minutes in there already. When is he going to finish? So trust me, if you're looking at that program already, you're going to say he's doing point one. We're going to be in here for the next week. No. Relax. That's good. Are we cool? Actually, no. Why do you say? Oh, I got it. It's the music? Oh, is it because I'm here and maybe the friends are to come? Here's what your life now exists. That passage says right here, that it was there. This church is under Christ. That means simply this. This church exists because Christ has ownership. Christ is the founder of this church. Christ is the builder of this church. And Christ is the one who sustains this church. That's what the verse says, right? Everything is appointed under his feet. He has oversight all over everything. This is his. Okay, for the book. Now you have to ask the second question. Okay, we got it now. It's not mine. It's not the church board's. This church exists because Christ anointed said, yes. Got it. Second, let's read. Let's go.
Let's go.
Mark 12, let's go. Please read. Why does it exist? Here's what Christ tells us this. Please read. Love the Lord your God. Love your neighbor as yourself. Two things. So the word love. Everyone say love.
Love.
The Lord your God, underline God. And then love again. So the word love. The neighbor, underline neighbor. Then you have attention place. Why does your life now exist here? It belongs to Christ. So Christ goes like this. Love God, love people. Very simple. Very simple concept. It's hard for us to understand sometimes, but it's a very simple concept. No trick question. Why do we exist? It's his. What does he tell us to do? Love God. Love people. No, if I come to your house, you invited me to your house. I won't barge in. I won't barge in. Fully, I promise. I won't barge in. I won't just come in, right? But if I come to your house and I get invited, and I have my shoes on, do I have to take it off? Because who said so? Now you know Asian, right? You gotta take off your shoes. Right away. In whose house do I not have to take my shoes off? This one now. 1, 2. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, 4. Cool. So if I come into your house, I see that you got your shoes on. I'm walking right in. Am I welcome? Cool. Now watch this. If I go to the rest of you guys' house, all right, and I just came from Chinatown. I just walked through East Broadway, Mott Street, Hell Street last night, and I'm wearing the same pair of shoes from the night before, with all the garbage, trucks and everything, all that. And it's summer. I come into your house. What would you want me to do?
Wash your feet.
Do I have to listen to you?
Yes.
Absolutely. I have to respect you because it's your house. True? If I come into your house, I follow your route, I respect your route. Same as here. This is God's house. You come into God's house, this is Christ, right? Christ on your place. Love God. Well, also from the house. The purpose, why New Life now exists, because Christ is the founder, he's the builder, he says love God, love each other. And catch this. You will find your life's purpose here. It's absolutely so amazing. Because it's love. It's love. This whole journey is about love. It's absolutely amazing. Here's a second thing. Love God, love people. I don't say love God, love people.
Love God, love people.
Not enough. One more. Please read. Next one. Please read Matthew 28:18. Next one. Please read with me. Jesus said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations. So this is Jesus, right? He's commanding us. He says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. That means, man, it's his. What he says, go in his house. So then he established that. He says, I have this authority. This is what I'm asked to do from my Father in heaven, and I'm telling you, I'm commanding you to do this. So therefore, that means after all that, then therefore, this is what happens. What's the next word after therefore? Go. Everyone say go.
Go.
Circle go. Go what?
Make disciples of all nations.
I got one! Yes! No, look up, please. Look up, please. Everyone's got to go play volleyball. Yes! Go play volleyball. Go be a student. Go. Go where?
Make disciples of all nations.
Yeah. That's what Christ said, right? Christ didn't go like, go play volleyball, go play basketball, go hang out, go chill out. There you go. No, he goes like this. He says, go. That's the command. He says, go. So watch this. If I come to your house, I better take off my shoes. If I don't take off my shoes, you must say, please don't come back. Please don't come back, right? They never invited again, seriously. If I invite you guys to my house, you're taking off your shoes. Seriously. If you don't take off your shoes, it's right here ready. That's, oh my gosh, that's disrespectful. It's my house. It's my house. It's the same thing with Christ. This is his house. Alright? So when he says, oh, love God, love people, and then that's where we all stop right here. Now watch this. Your life purpose is so amazing when you go. You're serious, when you go make disciples. It will change your life absolutely 100%. It has changed my life. I mean, just within the last 6-7 months, I am in touch, I am going. You say, well, Pastor Ken, you're supposed to see Jersey, right? New Jersey, New York, Jersey, New York. When did you go? You didn't go. Of course I went. I went. I'm telling you, I went. I'm not talking about mission trip. You go there one time, 2 times, once a week, no. Maybe in your whole life, 2 months down here, up there, wherever it is, come back. Oh, I went, so that's it, I'm done. No, not that. You're constantly going. You're making this impact in the whole world. I'm touching people's lives in Hong Kong right now. I'm touching people's lives who are in California. I'm touching people's lives who are in Jersey as well too. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm touching people's lives every time that God leads me to. I'll tell you guys a funny story. So I'm in the gym, right? And this guy, another guy bears his whole thing to me. He tells me his issues. I love it. I mean, it's cool. You know what? As I'm praying, I said, Lord, send me. Send me to make a difference in the world. See what I'm talking about? And so when you pray that, and you ask the Spirit of God to lead you to go there, you open it, your eyes open. And there's this man, he's like 60-something years old. And he tells me, I'm going to be out for another 3-4 weeks, for the next 4 weeks. I won't see you. What happened? I'm going for surgery. He's in Jersey. He's going to New York for surgery. He's going to cut his own intestines out. Because they had some issues there. He snipped it here, first time, didn't work. Another time, didn't work. It's the 3rd time. He's going to go through all that stuff, rehab and everything else. No, when you work out, you can't work out at the station, people move around. So I'm sitting there, oh my gosh, I need some help. So I'm kind of looking around, where do you know where to go? And I saw, true story, he walks into the men's room, bathroom. I figured he's done for the day, let's go home. You know what I did? I went. Go. I went into the men's bathroom. Yeah, it's not the ladies, it's the ladies. I went to the men's bathroom, he was right there. I talked to him. I said, I know what you're going through. Not exactly. Is there something I can do for you? He said, no, not really. It's okay. I said, you need a ride back and forth to the hospital. And I don't know this man, okay? Even though his family's got it, he's a small little boy, so that's really good. I go like this to pray for you. Yes. Could you imagine right now, seriously? Seriously. 2 grown men in a men's bathroom holding hands right now. I am so serious. I'm not making this up. I'm holding hands. Pause. You know what I'm talking about. Pause. The bathroom stall's right there. Wendy, you know how I am about the bathroom. I'm germophobic, right? I don't know what he did. I seriously don't know what he did. He sticks out his hand. I said, yeah, because I took out my hand. He put his hand on the top. Right there, close my eyes, close his eyes, see power. Yeah, seriously, right there. I'm just praying. Praying for my heart. You know how many people go back and forth in the bathroom? You know how fast it gets quiet in the bathroom? Everything else is okay. Everything is okay. And then all of a sudden it's like, but do you understand what I'm talking about right now? Because God wants to love God. What was it? Love
Love God.
Love people.
Love people.
How do you love people? You gotta go. Are you guys getting it? So what's the purpose? What's the purpose of Live Life Now? The purpose is very simple. Who's the founder? Who's the builder? And who's the owner of this house? It's Christ. And Christ says, one come on, one people go. So live righteousness first. That's what I'm doing. Try to love God. It's like, try to love people. It's like, I'm going to do this. Okay. Next one. We're going to have another question right after the purpose. Why does NLN exist? Now, please read the next question with me, the vision question. Nice and loud. What does NLN want to see accomplished? Look at that C. Look at the word C. And if I can get attention, please. Okay, I get it, Pastor. I get it. This is Christ's house. We're called to love God. We're called to love each other. We're called to say, go. We have to go to the disciples. So, what do you want to see accomplished? It's right here. This is the eyes, the vision. I could tell by looking. Oh, we don't want to try. Is that true? I don't know what your heart. I really don't know what's your heart. I don't know your motives. I don't know your intention. Some of you are really good liars. Seriously. Some of you are very good liars and you're Christian. You will say things and I will hear. I will say things and you're going to do the eye test. And you're going to say, Pastor, you're a good liar as well too. I'm just as good a liar as you are. But does it pass the eye test? So the vision is very simple. I'm going to look at your feet. You have shoes to clean my house. you cannot, walk in, right? You see it. You can see it. So it's very, very simple in the sense of what I want to see happen. Here, the vision says it's very simple. If you see something going across the right path, then you know that's right. Pastor Kenny is following Christ. Pastor Kenny is following Christ. The passage of eye, the passage of vision. You don't know what's my heart. You don't know my intention, but at least I passed the eye test. That's true. If you don't pass the eye test, it's over. So I'm going to show you three things to pass the eye test. Look at that. Here's the vision. Please read 1 Corinthians 11:1. Let's go on. Please read with me. Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ. Please read Mark 16:15. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew 18:20. I skipped one. For where two or three gather in my name, there am I with them. Yes. Please read Mark 16:15 now. Jesus told them, go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone. We're going to take the first one. Here's the first eye test. Follow my example. Please circle, follow my example. As I follow the example of Christ. Here's your first fill-in, right underneath that. Here's how you see are we on the right path. Disciples making disciples. Disciples making disciples. Give me your attention. How do you know you're on the right path? It's the eye test. How do I know that you're loving God? How do I know that you're loving others? How do I know that you're growing? The vision, what do you want to accomplish here? When you see that, you say, yes, that's the end picture. And the first picture is very, very simple. If I see and if you see people here, disciples taking disciples, that's eye test. Are we good? If you see disciples taking disciples, you're pass. Is that disciples taking disciples? You guys watch Kung Fu? Right? Kung Fu movies? You got all those seafood, right? All those disciples. That's disciples taking disciples. So here's a short definition of what a disciples is. It is an intentional friendship with Christ at the core. It is an intentional friendship with Christ at the core. You get it? So if I see you and another brother or sister, and you come together regularly, and Christ is here talking to each other about Christ, that's the beginning of disciples to disciples. If you're not doing this on a regular basis, you feel the eye test. You feel my eye test, right? Is that true, yes or no? If you don't do this regularly, once a blue moon, fail. So if I come here for the next 10 years, guys, listen up. If I come here the next 10 years, and that's not happening, I'm not giving my life to this. Maybe you should too. You have to find yourself at a church. I'll say it again. If you come to this church, it does not pass the eye test of what Christ wants you to do, why change? To play mobile basketball. Come on, you gotta get it. No, come on, of course not. What starts here has an impact all over the world. I want to see that greater vision. What starts here today? Impact the rest of the world. Starts here today, impact the rest of the world because of the sanctity. Then you're going to say to me, Pastor Gary, I want that in my life. All the right track to pass the mindset. Here's how I get decided. I shared this kind of story last time. Some of you may not have the full scope of things. I went down to Atlanta, my son's graduation day. I don't like to fly. Remember that story? Yeah. And I said, God, please, I don't like to fly. I hate flying. I don't care if it's my son's graduation. I still don't want to fly. I said, please, give me a greater purpose. That when I go down to Atlanta, let me just share the word. Let me just share this gift. Let me just share the love of someone. That's worth it to me. I'm in a room. Catch this. Picture yourself in my shoes right now. Picture yourself in my shoes right now. I need a volunteer. Yes! One. Give him thumbs up. That's Jay. Woo! That's you. Jay, pretend you're a lecturer. Pretend this is a graduation party. They are like 20 or some odd year old. Alright? Some of them are me. That's me. Now watch this. And you just pray before coming down to land and say, Lord, let me just share something with you. Okay? Okay. See all these beautiful people?
One is sleeping.
What? Leave alone. Seriously. Watch this. Out of these 50 people, who's about to That's David. Now watch this. Everyone listen. Out of these 50 people, God tells you to tell that person, God told me to tell you to go plant a church. Who would you say that to? God told me to tell you to go plant a church. Who would you say that to? You don't need to do it. Why?
I'm not ready yet.
You're not ready yet? Come on, I'll do this. God told me to tell you to go plant a church.
I was going to say humbly too.
Why? Why her? Seriously? You're going there now? Already? Where's Mal? Okay. Do you sense that you could tell that to anybody right now? Forget about it. Let's be serious. That God told you to tell someone to plant a church. Give me one. Give me one.
I give you that.
Okay. Thank you. Give me one. God told me to say go plant a church. Get out of here! And someone comes up to you, you don't even know the guy. You've never met him before. And he's me. He's in his 30s somewhere. No. And he goes, and like, within 5 minutes, hi, how are you? Within 5 minutes, God told me to tell you to go to church. What would you say? Seriously speaking, what's the first thing that comes to mind? He was like, creeper, stalker, let me get out of here. Nice meeting you. I got friends. Thank you. True? If someone, you're in a party with your friends, and a strange old Jew comes up to you, with a strange old Jew. Strange old Jew. The strange old Jew comes up to you and goes like this. God told me to tell you to go plant a church. Get out of there, man. You're like, woo! Ricky, bring some more. God told me. After shaking hands with a bunch of young ones, God told me. Tell that person in front of me. As I'm speaking to this guy named Alvin, he's 23 years old, Alvin Lamb. God said, tell Alvin that I'm telling you to plant a church. And the first word that comes to my mind is, no, man, I'm not going to say that. I'm not scared it's going to away. Maybe I could soften it. I go, I'm in my mind. I'm like, hey, Alvin, have you ever considered planting a church? I mean, that sounds different, right? Have you ever? That sounds like, okay. No, I didn't say that because God told me to tell you exactly that. God told me to tell you plant a church. He accepted. The next hour we spoke, and he didn't leave my side. While everyone's having a party, hanging out, having a good time. He ended with changing an email. In touch. I am discipling them right now. Disciple. How do you do that? Online. Email. Email works. Absolutely. I can tell them a book. I just want to do something real quick to you. This is his email to me. Recent email. It goes like this. Hey PK. That's Pastor. Don't go there. For the cancel, okay? For the cancel. Don't go there. You know what I'm talking about. You know, my African American brothers and shorts like, hell wow. See, look back there. Hey guys. Oh, my brother there, like, school is like, what's that all about? I didn't get that. I'll tell you guys what that means. Oh, it's almost like homie, but in a negative word. Anyway, refocus. Remember what I said? I think it's good news, right? It does not matter when I end as long as I try to do something. Don't follow the program. It does not matter. Hey PK, I totally agree. It was amazing. It was amazing how God used you in this situation to share with me his plans. It's going to start some great things. I give him a link to a book if he wants to buy a book. It's 1 chapter a week. Whenever he wants to start, 1 chapter a week. He has questions, he bounces back to me. Go back to the book. I just read the first 3 chapters of the book. It was really good. I was just planning on reading a chapter, but I couldn't put the book down. You guys have it? You guys have it? We're supposed to read 1 chapter a day, but he's 3 chapters in. He says, man, I got this, I can't put this down. I can't put this down. And he goes in there. And he tells me what the things he's learning, what misconceptions he has, and what the new thoughts he has, what the new principles he has. And he's just growing. And then look at this, he goes like this. I'm really glad that I had an opportunity to read the book today. All your emails are always so encouraging and really help in my walk with God. Let's go to Alvin. Disciples making disciples. It's that simple. As the Spirit of God leads you as you walk, say, hey, let's go from there. Here's the second part, the good pass. How do you pass the eye test, the vision test? Disciples starting mini groups. That's just like the film. Disciples starting mini churches. Put that down. I like the word mini churches better. That's the phrase I want to use. Disciples starting mini churches. Let me get attention, please. I'm going to shock you guys just a little bit right now. Are we cool? This is not church. It's not church. Some of you are like, oh, man, trick me. You told me I'm coming to church. I thought I'm sitting in church. King, this is not church. Seriously. This is not church. This is a church event. This is a church event. But here, it's an event for 2 reasons. To praise God through those lovely songs, really not. It's you and God, right? And again, it's you and God right now as God speaks His words through me. I'm just a messenger. So it's all you and God right now, not church. It's just a church event for some training, some knowledge. It's a church event to lift your emotions and your soul up. If you have a tough long week or night week, or maybe Saturday's hard. Do some uplifting music, which we have. But it's an event. It's not church. And what we need to do, how do we know that the past eye test visions of the church is when 2 or 3 of you, this is what church is. I'll tell you what church is not, okay? Church is when 2 or 3 of you, 4 or 5 of you come together on a regular basis. There's a meeting time. You love each other. That's church. That's all. That's what the verse says. Christ says, when 2 or 3 gathered in my name, there I am with them. So when 2 or 3, 4 or 5 you come together and support one another, you ask how each other, how you doing, how was your week, how's things coming along? That's love. I think Christ says to love God and love people. But how are you going to learn how to love? In a group. You're going to grow in a small little group. People you might not even know, or people you might know. Gather together, we're going to start a new church. Are we getting it? I belong in one. I belong in my own little mini church up in New Jersey. I make a commitment to it. I make a personal commitment. There are 2 commitments. I make a personal commitment and a time commitment. Personal commitment is this, guys. Whoever that's in my group, I love them. I intentionally love those people. Seriously, I don't even know these people. It is so weird. I don't know these people. 4 or 5 months ago, I just met some people. We were just clicking. Hey, let's form a little group. Okay, where do you live? I know Jersey? I said, oh, I'm from Jersey too. Where Jersey? Jersey's a big state. And this lady's from Hong Kong. She has no idea. I'm from Hong Kong, so I have no idea. So she gave me this address. I said, oh my God, you're like passport. You're all the way to the edge of Jersey into New York. I'm South Central, over an hour's drive. That's okay. That's my little church. That's my little group. I made a commitment to love these people because I don't know them. And she brought along 2 friends from California. And we intentionally want each other. I'm going to be their biggest encourager. They've got things that they should along. I intentionally encourage them. They encourage me. I love them. They love me. It's a beautiful thing. But I have to make a personal commitment to open myself to be authentic, share myself, appreciate myself. That's church. I intentionally have to make a commitment on Saturdays to drive 1 hour there and 1 hour back. Sometimes I'm over here in New York on Saturday. I would take the tunnel, cross over, pay tolls, fight the traffic, to be for like maybe 2 hours and come back. Are we getting it? So this is a church event you're sitting on right here. You're just going to come for the next 10 years, catch this. Just sit here. He has not experienced church in the fullest setting. It's an event. To learn, to be uplifted for yourself, and then be gathered together. start a little mini church. If you don't want to start something, you join one. Is that cool? That's what this is. Let me end with this one. Next one. You want to say, woo? Yeah. Let's end with this one. I promise. Disciples planting churches. Disciples planting churches. Give me your attention, please. You guys gotta get this last one. This is so cool. The eye test is so simple. If you walk into my house, you don't take off your shoes. I can instantly know it. And I'll be upset. In a nice way. Please. But if you keep that pair of shoes on, you continue to go to my kitchen and then my bathroom. Don't go into my bathroom with your shoes on. You failed it. So there are three things the vision test is. How do you know you are obeying and following Christ? You make a disciple. You support this mini church and support church now. They love each other. And the last part of this is disciples planting churches. I got a question for everybody. When we're sitting here, we're cool, we got a nice crowd. If we pass outside, we should be in another space. We should be going already. I got a question for everybody right now, especially my course now. Especially my course now. If you hear CMC, church down the block, if you hear CUMC, church down the block, if you hear a church that you're familiar with, you have friends that are there, and they say, hey, guess what? We're growing, we're planting another church. Will you be happy? Would you guys be happy? If you know your friend's church down the block, and they're, hey, guess what? Our church is planting another church. We're going to plant another church in Brooklyn, or we're going to plant another church in the Bronx or Queens. Would you guys be happy? Yes or no? Absolutely? Absolutely. Really happy. Right? Of course you'll be happy. You should be happy. But watch this. I don't know about that. I'll be envious. I mean, oh man, that's so good. That's so cool. The planting, you know, I'm happy for them, sure. Of course I'm happy for them. But I'm also going to be envious. You know what envy is, right? Envy is like, I want that. No one said, I want that.
I want that.
That's the truth. I'm going to be envious. I'm going to say, wow, that is so cool. They're planting, they're growing, they grow. Where are you guys going? Staten Island? Wherever you guys going? Oh, that is so cool. How can you do that? No, I wouldn't know. I want this right here. Are you guys getting me? So that would excite you. But then some of you might say, doesn't really matter because I don't really, there's a certain distance. So second question, follow-up question. We have a change congregation. If our pastor, Minister Sam comes up and says, hey, we're going to plant a Chinese version, another church of Chinese congregation. And we're going to go to, let's say, Queens or Brooklyn. Would you guys be happy? You guys be happy? How happy? How happy? Would you encourage them? Would you say, that's great stuff. That's really great stuff. Or would you go like this? This is what I'm hearing from our congregation. 0. Here's what I'm hearing. Seriously, I just want to be real with you guys. I'm like, what? I'm hearing like, well, I cannot support New Life in Brooklyn because I can't encourage it. How can I encourage something that I don't really believe in or care for? And I'm going like this. Wait. Christ says, love God, love people. Christ says, go make disciples. So your heart should be like, okay, it's for the lost. It's for the lost. It's for people that don't know Christ. Are you guys here? You guys get it? So if you're not excited, if you're not encouraging, if you're not like, hey, something's up, here's what I'm thinking of. Something's wrong with you. They're not thinking about the shoes in the house. They're not thinking about the shoes in the house. That's what Christ is saying. I said to love God. I said to love people. That's the building disciples of motivation. That's the purpose of why this exists. And the vision is disciples making disciples, coming together in many churches and disciples planting churches. And you're not even happy. You're not even like, wow, that's cool stuff. I'm going to be the first one to go, Minister Sam, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. How can I pray for you? I'm not going to go with you, Minister Sam. I'm not going. I'm here. I'm not ready for that. I'm not leaving this church, but how can I pray for you? How do you do this? How can I do this? I want to learn so then we could grow. Right? My core staff, right? A 0, right? Why? You got to repent. Seriously. Big time. I'm in with this. I'm in with this. If you don't repent today, you're still stuck. You're still, I love God, I love people. It's false. The repentance is, man, have I blew it so much, that I don't even know Christ. I can say I love Christ. I can say I love Him so much. I can say I love people, but I can't support this thing because it's not me, but it's you. Christ was never the Lord. He was never the Lord. Are we ready? So that was the lesson. I want to listen to you guys up. The church is not here. There's so many people being affected by this church in a positive way. The church is not a gathering of people that sits here. You don't go like this. Why we're growing? Well, today is 60 people. We need a new space. You got 100 people sitting here. You got 1,000 people sitting. No. Wrong mentality. I'm not going to put the next 10 years of my life to see 1,000 people, 100 people, 200 people sitting here like, we're church, this is so cool, we're so big. Sorry. But I will give the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, the rest of my life, whatever God gives me, to say, you know what? Let's work on it. Essentially build each other up. Let's truly love each other in this small group and make commitment, time commitment, personal commitment. And then, Lord willing, all these little groups come together and say, we can plant a church. We're rooms forever. The size of the church is not measured by how it sits. The size of the church, the effectiveness of the church is measured by how it sits. It's Emily, I love you guys so much. Because you gave us this back last year, which I'll tell you. See that right? And then you gave us this in the moment. You said, let's split into groups. You'll be in one group, another will be in another group. You gave us this. I'm not downplaying that at all. I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm not trying to lift you up. But I'm saying, when I see that, I can do so much encouragement. Disciples start groups, new churches. That gives me encouragement. And for the rest of everybody else, you got to check your shoes. We got to check your shoes. Lord God, I praise you, Father. We thank you. We thank you that today we know truly, all things are under you. Everything is placed under the feet, Lord. We have absolute control. You are the Lord of our lives. So easy to say, Father. It's so hard to do. I don't know why. With the exception that we need to repent and turn back to you. And that we cannot do this on our own, but we need your Spirit, Father, who indwells in us. We need your power to lead us, Lord. So speak to my brothers and sisters right now. Speak to the core staff right now. I pray that you convict your heart right now. Repentance needs to be taken this moment. If they still cannot see it, Lord, there's no hope. They cannot be leaders. They cannot be models of this church. They cannot disciple. They've lost all moral authority. If there's no repentance. And let me start with my repentance first, Lord. Father, in the years that I'm here, Lord, there are times, good times and bad times. And there are times that I've lost my way as well too, Father. Misdirections here and there, being deceived here and there. And Father, I thank you for this new season. I thank you for this new breakthrough for this year, Lord. I pray for all my brothers and sisters. That we really examine our love for you. That truly you are the Lord of our lives. I pray for all my friends that what starts here will be so great and wonderful, Father. At the end of their time here on earth, the time that they've given to this church and to the churches of Christ. I pray that they're going to look back and say it's worth it, it's only worth it, because we're doing global. I praise you, Father. I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.